We're going to show you today how to make chicken and dumplings. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Season with Grace and Flavor. And I am your host with the most, Antonia Baker, owner of Antonia Baker Experience. And we are here in the kitchen, y'all, cooking, bringing in that faith and that food. And we are excited. But I do want to introduce my boo in the kitchen, my favorite auntie, because we are your favorite aunties. So I have here Ashley from Owner of Lifestyle, Ashley Moss, who is the boss. Don't forget it. And she is here, owner of Lifestyle. So I'm going to let her talk to you about it. And this is actually Ashley's is going to be helping us because this is actually Ashley's thing. She loves to cook. So she definitely knows how to homeschool, old school, some good food and good flavor.
So for today, we're gonna make chicken and dumplings. That's one of the recipes that you love and know from your childhood. For me, I will say, we're going with ingredients, not necessarily a recipe. I think growing up in the kitchen with my grandmothers and my mom, it was very much like, it's everything's to taste, right? Salt's to taste, eggs are to taste, all those things. And it's really based off feel, consistency, look, and smell of your dishes to know when they're done. It's really easy to make it from home. Fresh ingredients, you take an hour or an hour and a half out of your day, maybe 30 minutes of prep time, get it in the oven, let the heat do the work, and you can really have really flavorful, healthy home-cooked meals. What's been fun for me is figuring out how do we have like our traditional dishes that we're used to having or that we grew up on, how do we give them a little healthier flair, right?
Yes.
And so it's not using butter, using olive oil, things like that. So I think we can...
Not using frozen vegetables. Come on, y'all, let's do it. Okay, let's get in the kitchen. It's fun to chop up stuff. You feel like you a chef when you're in there.
Oh my God.
So so you got to get in there to get your elbow grease in there because you're gonna have to build that little arm fat that grandma had. That way it makes it taste better.
Okay.
So let's go, friend.
I will say a lot of the things that we did today are pre-prepped.
Yes.
It does take a lot of chopping, a lot of washing. You guys can buy any of these things pre-washed, pre-cut from your grocery store, but today we did the old school way.
And wash your chicken, y'all. Y'all know better. Don't be on here not washing your chicken. You gotta have some. Now I usually just wash with some nice hot warm water, some salt.
Yeah.
But Ashley like to add the vinegar, which I think is great. Yeah. But ladies, if you don't do anything, wash your body and wash your food.
Oh my God.
Okay, that's what you do.
All right, so what we've pre-prepped are diced onions, diced celery, and some sliced carrots. So I told Tonya this, for the basis of any of your meals, if you're doing chicken and dumplings, if you're doing pot roast, if you're doing a roasted chicken, if you're doing chicken soup, this is gonna be the base for anything that you make usually, right?
Oh, she fancy.
I'm not fancy. I just know how the people can get. So again, old school, growing up in the country, use your hands. But
get in there.
Use your hands. But we'll do this for added measure. I think working with my brother, he's a chef, so.
And the thing is, you're all cooking for people, so everybody doesn't like to eat. Everybody's cooking, and I don't know if you that person when you go to the potlucks at your job, you're like, who made that?
Yeah.
Who did that? So it is nice to know somebody is clean.
All right. So what I added to my pot is warming. So I put it just on medium heat, and I already put like a tablespoon of olive oil in here. This is just to get everything going. So when you
know not to prepare too much, because I now learn how to cook, but before I cooked for a family of 8 with my brothers and sisters, and then I had to go to my own family. Yeah. So I know my mom always does it too. She just overcooks. Like I'd be like, great day. Now the good thing is you can share it if you plan on bringing it around to other people, but is there a way you can kind of measure how much carrots, how many onions?
I mean, I think if you were to do a pot of chicken and dumplings I cook it for myself, I'd probably do just 3 carrots, right? Okay. 3 medium-sized carrots. The carrots that we use today are large. These are large carrots. So we definitely prepared a lot here. But if I'm doing a normal pot of chicken and dumplings, I would probably do about 3 to 4. If this is to serve 2 to 4 people, I would probably do 3 to 4 just medium-sized carrots. I do 2 to 3 stalks of celery. Now 3 is if you prefer that celery taste, but 2 will get you what you need. And then for an onion, I normally just do about half an onion for any of my recipes. Okay, anything more than that? I think this is a whole diced white onion here, but anything, I probably use just about a half.
So yes, let's go, boo.
All right, so I'm gonna get started. I normally start with cooking my thicker vegetables first.
Okay, gotcha.
Right, so started with getting the carrots in the pot and letting these soften up a little bit.
And that's something I had to learn, to soften up your vegetables, because we just be throwing it in the pot and it'd be crunchy. And so learn to saute your vegetables.
Yeah. And I mean, if you like it crunchy, you can do a little less time on the heat.
Okay.
Right? If you like it crunchier.
And you put a little virgin oil in that?
I did. So I put about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil in the pot.
Okay.
And you can also, this is going to boil. So you can get some additional time, like cooking time. It's going to soften up.
Okay.
But I try to.
Because I want to get in there.
Okay.
I'm going to get in there
this
too.
This is going to so I normally, you season all your layers too. I don't know if you do that.
I like to put, so what I like to do is I put my oil in the pot and I put my seasonings in the pot. Okay. So then I let that toast up and then I add my vegetables. So that's kind of what I do. Yeah. Okay.
But if you want to go ahead and season, the seasonings that I have is some fresh cracked pink Himalayan sea salt.
Not pink Himalayan.
You can use
Chad, you don't go get that Morton salt iodine.
No. So the reason I don't recommend the Morton's
iodine
salt,
about it.
I just think it's a little harder to control your salt content. Okay. It is iodized, so it's healthy. You're getting the iodine, but I think that it's just a saltier because it's so fine. Okay. It's highly, it's very salty.
Very salty.
So I think you can control your seasoning a little better with the fresh cracked salt and with the sea salt.
I like the way it looks too. It's very fancy.
And so I just already cracked out some
salt,
Himalayan sea
salt. We're gonna throw that in there. We're gonna salt bake. I'm gonna do fingers.
Okay, use your fingers. Okay.
Well, I love that, and I love the way when they start cooking, y'all make that little noise. Is that enough?
That's perfect.
Because I don't like to salt people's food too much.
That's good. And again, we're going to layer, we're going to taste, we're going to do all those things. So this is fresh cracked black pepper. Of course, you could use it in the can, but fresh black pepper, I think it's a little bit
we're going to shake her in there because I like the way that feels.
All right.
Okay.
So this is just this is onion powder and garlic powder. I just mixed it together.
Oh, you fancy! Maybe we should do an onion garlic powder. Okay.
No, I think they may already have it. They may already have it.
There you go. Boom. Okay.
And then this is like a new seasoning that I've been using over the past year or two that I absolutely love. It is Kinder's buttery steakhouse seasoning. Okay. So it's really good when you're cooking like any type of meats or meat-based dishes. Okay. I just love it. It's 0 calorie, but it's really good. A lot of salt and a lot of butter in here. So we don't need too much because we've already added
too much. Okay. And I like garlic. It's when it's garlic, herb, and salt. It's already mixed together.
Parsley,
parsley. But it's all. You can use any kind of season. I think that just has all the things you like. You think that's enough?
Yeah.
That look good, y'all.
Oh, stop.
Oh yes, look at that. Okay, I think that's enough.
So again, we'll season our layers, right? So once we add in the celery, once we add in the onion, we can go back in and re-season it. Okay. And we'll re-season it again before we add in our chicken. Okay. All right. So for the chicken, normally I just add it directly to our stew once it gets going. But for the sake of time, I think I'm going to just do like a little sear on it, get the chicken a little bit crispy while this is going, okay?
All right, I'm going to get this.
So I'm going to switch places with you and let you take over on this.
Y'all look at my music can't play right now. They got little rights and stuff because I will be in the kitchen jamming. So I'm going to add some onions. Oh, this is going to be good, y'all. And plus on top of that, you get your house smell good. You may not know what you're doing, but when your man or your friends walk in, they be like, ooh. So a little onion and some celery. I think it always smells so good. But make sure you cook your celery, y'all. I really think we should be cooking the celery.
We've got our pre-washed chicken.
So Ashley, when we're talking about the recipe, we have been able to be friends for a minute now.
Yes.
We should talk about how we met. We met a long time ago. We met at I worked for a place called Memorable Moments. Shout out to David and Elaine Canty in Fredericksburg. And when I left my position at Geico, they hired me full time. So I was at Geico as an event planner in experiential marketing. And I did events for them. So when I decided to build my own brand and do my own wedding planning business, they gave me an opportunity to work there full time. And so Ashley's mama came in and she basically was talking about her daughter. And I was like, what's your daughter do? And she said she's an event planner. And I was like, what? So I really, really was intrigued. And basically her mama introduced us and set up a play date.
You set up the play date.
No, your mama set that play date up.
So I got it. No. I'll give you the real. So my mother is a bit of a bold personality, and I am not. Obviously, you can probably tell my and Tanya's dynamic.
Totally different.
Yeah, very different. So my mom went in and she tells Tanya, like, how you don't know my baby?
You weren't even there. You weren't even
No, my mother told me and you told me.
Oh,
Where you're
okay.
like, my mom's like, you don't know my baby? Like,
Basically, yes.
she's a wedding planner in DC. How are you a wedding
like,
planner and you don't know my baby?
Whatever.
So my mom gave Tanya my number. Again, Tanya's a very social person.
And did she put us on three-way?
She might have called.
I think she did put us on three-way, yes.
At the time, I was a lot more reserved, even more than now.
Child.
And I tell my sister, I'm like, so Tanya's like, hey, boo, like, let's go to lunch. And I'm like, so I call my sister, like, this lady wants to go to lunch. Like, this is weird to me. And so in 2019, we met Tanya. And
where did we eat at? We actually went out to a restaurant. That was back when we went to the seafood place
in Northwest DC. You came up and met me because that's where I was living and working. And that's how we met. I haven't gotten rid of her since.
Yes, her mama set us up.
I will say we'll give a shout out to my grandmother
because it was because of her party.
I was planning a tea party for her. This was right before she passed, and she wanted a tea party. And so we went to Memorable Moments to get some extra rentals because my mama had to have like the yellow chair ribbons and all that stuff. So,
and I think that's how we talked on the phone because Ashley's she's designed. So Ashley is so detailed in every single thing. And I think her mama was trying to make sure she had everything that Ashley needed. Yeah. Because if not, she was going to send her right on back. Yeah. And she was not having that. So it was definitely a fun experience, but her mom was talking about it, y'all.
I'm sure.
Her mom was talking mad cash about her. I'm sure. But she said she definitely hyped her up, and I love that about it. I think that's what kind of drew me to her was like, this woman is really up talking her daughter.
Oh yeah, my mama rides for me.
To see. She was a ride or die. Babies. And literally her mom has come on events with us to make sure that Ashley was fine. So she don't play.
My mom be like, don't talk to my daughter.
Yes.
What do you need? I got it.
Shout out. And on top of that, she has raised a bunch of chefs. So definitely, like I said, through her mom, being able to teach her some of these old school values, I just love it because I know from my grandmother, when she would make, this is her, Granny Baker, my father's mom would make chicken and dumplings. I never saw how she made them, but I love the taste. So we definitely, as we were talking about making this meal, we wanted to not use the chicken breast. We wanted to put the bones in that thing, make it old school. Yes. So there's a reason why we have real chicken here, like cut up chicken versus a boneless chicken. Y'all new generation, y'all may not work and appreciate the bones, but we appreciate the bones here. So I appreciate you doing this because I would have had a bone up in here. I mean, a boneless one.
So a quick statement. So again, I think a lot of the recipes you'll see online, it just uses boneless, skinless chicken, boneless, skinless, breast or thighs. For me, it was important to use bone in. I think you get a lot more flavor, and that's just the way I grew up on it, right? Like my grandmother's, that's just how they cook. So I use the same seasonings that we used for the vegetables. So just the salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder in this steakhouse blend. I'm just gonna get a quick sear on the chicken, only because we're trying to save on cook time. Mm-hmm. But I'm just gonna season both sides, lightly season them, and then Tanya, those look pretty good.
Okay, we cut it down.
No. I think what you can do is we'll add in our chicken stock now.
Okay, so chicken stock. All right, just one big. Now you can get all these ingredients from the stove.
Yeah. Now
I love Aldi, but definitely a Wegmans or Publix or anywhere for bread.
What I will say is that our grandmothers probably use water.
Oh, they did. Sink water, water. Yes.
So I try to do a mix of chicken broth, and then we can add in some water. Okay. Only because I feel like our grandmothers slow cooked it, and chicken and dumplings on the stove all day, and we don't have that much time. So if you use chicken broth, I think it just adds more flavor in less time.
Yeah, okay? I like it.
So I normally do half chicken stock, half water. So let me, we can add in a cup of water.
Box,
No. I mean that, and then we'll add in about a cup of water.
Okay. I did just get introduced to the chicken broth because I was a water girl. So I definitely been using more beef broth, chicken broth. Yeah. Cook my rice and my noodles.
So if you do rice noodles, you're gonna need a lot more liquid because those things are gonna need the liquid to cook and then absorb it.
Okay, we're doing some over here. We in the kitchen.
Okay. So if you can actually crank that heat up pretty
What you want
high.
on 8, 9, high?
Well, high is good.
Okay.
Because we want to bring it to a boil.
All right, boil.
All right, I'm going to season the second side of the chicken, flip it over. We're not trying to cook it all the way. We're just trying to get it,
Get
the skin seared a little bit.
Yeah, you got to help us because everybody can't be in there with the chicken chop.
We're just going to get the skin seared a little bit. Now, I will
you can take somebody out now cooking your chicken right.
No. The chicken is going to cook because we're going to boil it for about an hour, right?
Okay,
so it's going to be cooked
it
very well.
Okay.
But I will say, as far as seasoning the chicken and cooking it, again, this is just really to render some of the fat and get some of the flavor. How I would normally do this is just put the raw chicken directly into the broth.
Okay.
So once we get this up to a boil, we'll drop in our chicken.
Okay, I like it.
And then we'll get moving on. Actually, the dumpling recipe, we just make that once this is closest to done.
Okay.
Today's serving is probably for about 2 to 4 people, 2 to 4 servings. So we'll start with this one pot, and then we can come back to that if we want to.
Okay, I like it.
So this looks like it's coming to a simmer, right? It's a light boil.
It is a light boil.
I think it's a good time to put our chicken in here.
Okay.
So we're just going to transfer it over. I'm not using tongs right now just because I'm crazy.
If it was your grandma, she would just go in there.
She would, but I'm trying to
I go there, throw that thing in there, boom, boom, boom.
I know, but I'm
gonna let you be cute.
I'm trying to keep it cute for the content, keep it cute for the people. So we're just going to move this chicken directly into here.
Okay.
And then we're going to re-season our broth.
Okay.
So it's probably a good amount of salt in here already because the broth.
And the chicken.
Yeah, the broth and the chicken, and we've done all of our layers of seasoning. So we just put all of that in there.
And I do recommend everybody get a cast iron skillet because that makes you really feel like you old school cooking. And I love the way a cast iron skillet cooks as well. We better get that juice in there.
So you want to put this in there?
Yeah, put that juice in there. Woo!
Yeah.
Make a gravy after this.
I will say, cast iron skillets are. Well, you go ahead. Tell them your experience.
No, I just love a cast iron skillet. I have my Granny Baker's cast iron skillet, and I cook all my fried chicken in there, and just everything. I love it, love it, love it. You can get it anywhere, but I just think they're just a great experience to have is when you get your kitchen supplies together, and the equipment as far as when you're growing up, and going to. You can get the cheap pots, of course. We like the cheap pots, but then have you a nice cast iron skillet. Really, you can bake in there, you can cook in there. So I definitely.
And the secret to a cast iron skillet, we're gonna put a lid on this. The secret to a cast iron skillet is like seasoning it when you get it. You're supposed to put salt in it and oil and never wash it. You're never supposed to wash it. So that just adds all the layers of flavors, and then you can do like a steak in it and all those things.
Yes, definitely like to cook steak.
All right, so we're gonna clean up from the chicken and dumplings while this cooks.
Now I am a big. I like to make sure you cook and clean. So ladies, gentlemen, please don't be leaving the house a mess. I know y'all men want to get in the kitchen and cook for y'all ladies, but then they be looking at the mess instead of what you prepared. So cooking should clean, y'all. Just put everything in the trash. Just do the right thing. Get your dishwater going. Like, make it cute, okay? So that way when people come in the kitchen, they're not looking at your mess. They're looking at the food you prepared. Oh, this is bubbling, friend.
It's fine.
It looks good. No, it smells delicious. It looks like it's doing something.
Yeah, so I think so for chicken and dumplings. And again, I'm not really following anybody's recipe. This is honestly how I think I cooked. Yeah. But I think I cook for how I remember it tasting and feeling, right? And like I said, we had talked about using boneless, skinless chicken, but I think I remember it being whole pieces of chicken, right? Because we didn't have boneless, skinless chicken growing up. That wasn't a thing. And I think our grandmothers probably valued every part of the chicken.
They did.
So again, the bone gives you more flavor. It gives you a depth of flavor. It is also healthier. We want to talk about all of that, right? It releases collagen and all those things.
We got to get somebody on to talk about that benefit.
But I think that how I remember it is just all the chicken going in the pot, letting it cook down, cooking into a soup. And then we'll talk about the dumplings in a little bit.
All right, so we are in the kitchen with making our dumplings, and Ashley has made a beautiful dough blend. Friend, I didn't know we was gonna be doing all this mixing and matching. It's a lot of elbow work here.
Well, a dumpling is basically like a biscuit.
A big old biscuit, a little biscuit.
So it's going to take a little bit of elbow. But the good thing about it is you can keep it rustic. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're not going to need it. Or at least I don't do it that way.
And at the same time, if you really go get the Pillsbury Doughboy little, bread or biscuits, you can also do that. So that will save you a lot of time because some people don't have time to do all this. And we want to make sure that you are doing stuff that you feel comfortable with. So if you're not a big baker and you don't want to do all these things.
And like I said, when I first started, it was like water, flour, salt. That was enough. But the only difference here, I cut in some butter and added in some heavy cream and a little bit of chicken stock just to give it more flavor.
Okay, yeah, that's a whole concoction.
It's not. But so I shredded up the chicken, just did like an easy shred on the chicken, kept it in big pieces, brought it back up to a boil so we could cook our dumplings, and then we are ready to just drop these in.
And how long do you take for this to cook in there?
You know what? It's an eyeball thing. I think 5 minutes is good.
Okay, and then your meal is ready after this?
And then your meal's ready. Now, if you like I like a more broth-based dumpling, so I keep it the way it is. Some people like creamier, so you can add in heavy cream, or you can add in like a roux, like flour, to make it a little thicker.
Okay.
But I like the broth. So
do you believe in like making the little balls?
I don't. I just like to drop them in there like that.
Okay, so
I do like a little drop, a little drop dumpling. So if you want to take
the pot.
No gloves, not this time. But
all right, cool.
We're just gonna drop it in like that. But what makes it like pillowy is adding in your baking soda. So that gives it like that biscuit bite that we're looking for.
Okay, yeah.
So I just like these rustic drops. People might roll them, and I like doing different sizes, just so you can get kind of different textures.
Okay.
I like the little ones. And so I was mentioning earlier, like you can thicken this up if you want. You can add cream, you can add flour, like a roux, which is like flour and a liquid or something like that. And so I just cranked up the heat so we can get a good boil on these because we don't want them to slow cook. We want them to cook really quickly.
And we're saying about 5 minutes on the cook of the biscuit, and everything should be ready.
5 minutes.
So that's when you tell the kids, we about to eat in 5 minutes, y'all. Come on to the table. Because they ready, because they've been smelling this all day.
It is a labor of love.
Yes, it is a labor of love.
A labor of love.
I know that.
I think people hear chicken and dumplings and don't really think that it's like a process. You know what I mean? We kind of think, okay, it's a very rustic meal. That's the way it comes out. But between the chopping and the cutting and the shredding. It reminds you
of life. That's what life does. We'll put the lid back on
for just a few minutes.
Okay. Life is about chopping. It's about the process. And then you get to have this beautiful, beautiful product.
I will say, the way my grandmother used to do it is like use a mug to dip it out.
Oh, a mug.
Yeah.
Okay. You got a mug?
You can look in the last cabinet over.
Okay. We'll get this deeper one. So we're going to get a mug to dip it out. I guess that'll help with keeping the dumpling a dumpling. All right, so you're doing that.
Good amount of broth.
Yes, friend.
And use the parsley. No.
You got no parsley or nothing, Jesus.
Girl, how big is that bowl gonna be?
That bowl good. That's a good bowl. But we gonna it's just for looks, friend. Just for looks. There we go. You good with that? You got another dumpling?
I'm fine.
Put another one in there. Oh, that looks good, right, Jay? I can't wait to eat, y'all. Look at that. My grandma. This is chicken and dumplings, grandma style. All right, let's see. Got to get that dumpling in there. Jesus. Talk to him. Talk to him while you. Oh, first we're gonna say our grace. Lord, bless the food and bless the hands prepared and nourishment of our body in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Let the church say it. We're gonna put a little carrot on there, a little celery. Well, look at that. Look at that drippage. Look at that. Boom. Look at the piece of chicken. Jesus. Okay. Friend, give it to me. Give it to me, friend.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like I was at my grandma's house. Like I'm 10 years old right now. Y'all have no idea. It took me back. Oh yeah, this is delicious. I'm trying to tell y'all, especially now when it's cold outside. When it's cold outside.
Okay.
Woo! This is good stuff. No, for real, friend, I am like really impressed. I did not know it was gonna be this good. I knew.
Oh, that's awesome.
I knew you could cook.
You know?
My mouth is water. Like literally, I gotta get the saliva out of my mouth because. And I would actually make this with another biscuit, like a real, like a biscuit, and put a biscuit on top of a biscuit, like a buttery biscuit, and make it real country. Jesus. Okay. Season with grace and flavor right here. Once you do this, you gotta take a nap. You take a nap or you go for a nice walk. I would say you go for a nice family walk, but still, this is a home cooked meal, friend. Thank you, boo.
You're welcome.
But I really hope y'all enjoy Season with Grace and Flavor. But I want to say thank you for coming and being the host. Of course, you're going to be doing a lot of these with me.
Okay.
So I'm excited for us as we adventure on to new things and a new season. So definitely handling everything with grace and adding that flavor.
Oh, you have a line, that's like your catchphrase.
That's my catchphrase.
You already have a pitch. I was
yes,
pretty good.
I'm ready for it. I can't remember. I'm going to rewind it. But this is a... We'll see you for the next episode. Season. Okay. I'm gonna come up with a theme song and everything. Don't worry.
That's all right. Okay. What's the throwing the towel? That's all right.
Throwing the towel. Throwing the towel.